We are here with game number 2 of Last Minute Tima and Big Ego Crew. And we will have Last Minute Tima here on the Legion side now, and Big Ego Crew on the Hellborn side. If only I didn't log out. But sadly, we will have the poopy graphics that we had last game, and not the nice replay or scrimcast graphics that we normally have. So the bans, I can't see who banned what, but it's going to be Moira, Engineer, Rally, and one more ban now for our Hellborn side, which will be Bubbles. Thanks for the help, by the way, Cake Man. I appreciate it, dude. Saving the stream. As my noob self probably wouldn't have known what to do, but luckily we have beautiful people that are so helpful. So we're gonna have a first pick of Magnus coming out, going to be followed up by Empath. Yep, so to those of you wondering, there is another series that took place today between, I believe it was Hex and Orcs of Neworth. And we have a couple games to cast from them as well. However, I might have to do a break for dinner before we get to cast those games. So we chose these ones first. We can only do one at a time. But we will hopefully get through both series as we have some downtime, as I pointed out in game number 1, right? We have server migration going on, so we got 8 hours of no Han. What will we do? We'll watch replays because that's fantastic. So anyway, we have Magnus, Aluna, and Lodestone to start things off for our Legion side. We have Empath and Fade, so they might be picking up another global style of hero here, or they might just be picking a ganking lineup with the Fade. They go with a Midas, so I love the combination of Midas and Fade. Once the Midas hits level 4 and the Fade hits level 6, these heroes are very, very disruptive. They do lots and lots of damage. They can bring down targets very quickly. So I'll try to pay attention to the bans here, but it looks like we have a Bombardier ban and a Hammerstorm ban so far. Sir Bensington will also be banned out. So we got 3 more bans to go. Just skip through the bans a little faster here. So we got Nymphora, so they're banning out the global stuff with the Fade. We're going to also see Sandray. So, see, a lot of these just heavy gank presence heroes, even the Blitz. So, the Blitz is a little bit of a standout ban to me, but very active, suits around the Fade quite well. So, it has some sense to it. But the big ones are like the Nymphora, the Sandray, the Bensington, the very popular global style gank strategy heroes getting banned out. We're going to have the Malakin picked up for our Legion side. So, will we get to see some
Someone will
Zephyronte
get the
Malakin
axe.
is the
OMG,
question.
you're one of my top 40 favorite streamers.
Thanks for the thanks for the 16 months, Coco. Appreciate that. I'm glad that I'm one of your top 40 favorite streamers. I wouldn't want to be in the I wouldn't want to be the top 41 to 50. That's just way too high for my liking. But we're gonna have the Cthulhuphon here picked up on the 4th slot, so they are going to need a very hard carry, I think it's safe to say, on the last pick. We're going to see a... was it Monarch? Monarch was the last pick. So they're going to go with another support option here. So this
You
is
should have
going to be a
seen
core
your
Magnus.
face. It went.
Maybe even top 20.
Thanks for the 25, Coco. Appreciate that very, very much, my man. Thank you so much. We're going to have a Tarot coming out for Big Ego Crew as their 5th and final pick. So we're going to see a Tarot versus Malakin matchup here in game number 2. Haven't seen a whole lot of Tarot, but if it's a team to pick Tarot, it's Big Ego Crew. As Dutch is actually back here for game number 2. So he was only missing for 1 game. And He's back to his unconventional style of carries, this one being the Tarot. So, what do you guys think in chat? Who's stronger late game, Malikan or Tarot? I mean, we don't get to see a whole lot of Tarot, but I think she's pretty powerful when it comes to the late game stages of the game. That built-in luck of the draw crit doing so much damage. We'll have to see if she can get to that point where she becomes very threatening. So right off the bat, we have Monarch and Malikan in the short lane here for our Legion side, going to be going up against Cthulhu Font in the off lane. We're going to have Midas taking on what looks like it could be a Magnus Aluna dual lane. Still not too sure where we're going to see Aluna go, but it looks like she's headed to the mid lane to get Magnus a good start. We have Lodestone going into the off lane, 1 versus 3 against Empath, Tarot, and Fade. Fade has the boots picked up to start things off, so she will be doing some heavy roaming as Shorcan loves to do his early gank setups. Very comfortable on those style of heroes. But, yep, both teams sending just one hero to the off lane, and they are protecting, well, in the side of Hellborn, they're protecting their short lane. In the side of Legion, they're valuing their Magnus to get a good start. No, they did not kick Nede. Nede was just
You
simply
should have
stepping in.
seen your face. It went.
Hi guys, I just finished masturbating on pic of Emma Watson from Harry Potter 1 and I hope we can all enjoy this high skill games. I'm usually picking a Moonrow because one life is not enough for a no-lifer like myself. I need anything I can get, Negroes.
Thank you for the $1. So we're going to see Lodestone get forced to use a rocket drill here as the supports will box him off the creep kills. Or off the creep experience, rather. Cthulhu Font is doing what he can to get his experience. He's halfway to level 2, so he is doing quite well. He's going to play Ring Around the Rosie with Monarch there. Empath, she will decide to rotate into the mid lane, it looks like, and they will do a Midas Empath duo lane against the Magnus Aluna. He has the Essence Link skill. They will use it level 1 here to put some pressure out on the Magnus. And now this will mean that we will have duel versus duel in the mid lane, and then 1 versus 2 in both the long lanes. So we have now adapted the lane setups. Fade will find himself a Merrick's rune. That will mean the regen rune or the first rune of the game will spawn bottom. Empath will take that. Neither, or the Midas not having a bottle just yet, but Magnus did pick up his very early bottle with the good start that he's had. He's sitting on 15 and 3 against the 3 and 0 Midas. So Magnus having a fantastic start with this dual mid setup in terms of the last hits. And he actually has the top creep farm of the game. Bottom lane, we have Cthulhu Font taking some heavy pressure, but oh my god, Monarch is actually going to go down to the creep wave in the tower there, and the Bloodlust skill will go in favor of our Hellborn side as Volca gets credit for that one. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, Empath goes down to the combination of Magnus and Aluna, so it ends up being a 1-for-1, but Hellborn got the Bloodlust kill just a little bit first, or a little bit quicker. Lodestone, he is 3 and 0. Cthulhu Font 6 and 0. He's doing a little bit better to start things off. 6 last hits. Second support Fade actually has 7 last hits. That must be due to some creep pulling going on. He's found some good last hits. Always sitting on the 148 gold per minute, but it is something to point out. Malikan is 19 and 9, and Tarot, whoop, we're going to see a kill there on the Midas. Just too much lockdown between the Aluna and the Magnus. Midas He is no longer a strength hero, so he is a lot more vulnerable to kills in the early game. Not having those, not having the extra strength that he used to once have, now being an intelligence hero. But Malikan is farming a bit better than the Taro. Taro is only 19 and 7 here in the top lane. So she has 292 or 290 gold per minute. Magnus, is he going to get killed here? Yes, he will. The Elemental Warp will get Midas in range for the final auto attack. So they end up killing the Magnus, who didn't have his bottle as it was being ferried to him from the bot lane with that rune. He gets caught a little bit too low. Well played there from the Midas to get a return kill and slow down Magnus, who was he was getting a little bit out of control on the 21 creep kills, but bottom lane, Cthulhu, he's dancing in his tower. He might get a kill here on the Monarch. We're going to see the crystals come out. And he does have an Obliterate in 1 more second. He's going to use it, but he will go down, so it ends up being a bait. Will Empath get a kill here? The Link and the wall causing some disruption. This will be a dead Monarch. So Empath comes in almost in the nick of time to get a return kill at the very least. But Cthulhu did end up falling. They are diving here on the Midas. Nope, those are just illusions. Aluna, he does have a stun. He will use it. Here comes the Lava Surge from Magnus. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. The Power Throw was also available, but not even needed. So Midas goes down for a second time here. And we're seeing a pretty good start here from last minute Tima in game number 2. They're off to a 4-3 hero kill lead, but the big part of it is the mid and the bottom lane going very well for them. Fade, she is level 3 now. She's going to try to do a creep pull here and deny some of the creeps over to Lodestone so he can't get experience. Mid lane, Magnus, will he end up going down? 1 more auto attack, and Beth not going to be in range. She doesn't have the marchers picked up. Bottom rune will spawn in favor of the top rune, which will be bottled up by Empath here for Midas. We'll get an invisibility rune. She will go ahead and use that and try to be a little bit sneaky here. Malikan is now level 6. He has the, did he skip possession actually? Oh, he actually skipped his possession. That's interesting. I don't think players normally skip possession at level 6. He's going to TP to the sword. 1 more auto attack. He gets fogged there, and the bottle sip might actually get him enough HP. And you gotta wonder if Malikan had possession there, would that have been a kill? And he's gonna end up falling here. The TP support coming in from Fade and Empath rotating over. Will they make it a double tap as Monarch is now on the run? She doesn't have the Marcher. She's going to use the Crippling Pollen here onto Cthulhu, but it will only delay the inevitable. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Dutch Ownage on the Tarot goes down to Lodestone and Aluna. So both carries end up falling. But we do get a second kill here for Big Ego Crew on the Monarch, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 in both the lanes. Fade, she is level 5. She is making her way into the mid lane where she might walk into the Aluna here, and Fade could be in trouble. She gets eaten with a Lava Surge. Will she get her stun out? Crippling Pollen, and this is a very dead Fade as he runs into all 3. Was definitely not expecting them to be 3 players here, that's for sure, as he ends up getting caught out of position. So a little unfortunate there as he was trying to set up a kill on the Magnus. Malikan level 7, still no possession, so still not valuing that fear. So he goes 4 points into the sword throw, 2 and 1 as well. Beth will get a ward of sight down here. Interesting that he actually places 2 wards, one for the river and one for the lane, both in very similar places. Midas, he will land a transmute, but Fade is going to get stunned up by the Luna. Burning Shadows will come out into the Golden Salvo. Will they have enough damage for a kill? Luna is going for a kill onto the Midas. Midas will go down, and Magnus, he is still alive. He has a Lava Surge ready to go. Will he get in range? It is a level 3 Lava Surge. He will not go for it, as the potential to get turned on in the tower was there. So they will end up getting the kill on a Midas, and that it will be his 3rd death now of the game. Bottom lane, we also had Cthulhuphon falling once again to Monarch and Malakin. Monarch now is in the mid lane. She will throw out a Noxious Nightcrawler to scout things out, but nothing will come of it. So level 8, Malakin now decides he wants to fear. Level 8 is apparently the sweet spot. Magnus picks up the vestments on top of the bottle and the steam boots. Lodestone, he will get binded here by the creep. Will they have enough damage to bring him down? The Essence Link and the Burning Shadows. He will pop the Shadow Storm, and now he will be exposed. They do an excellent job of kiting the Shadow Storm. Here comes the Rocket Drill. Aluna is here for some assistance. Lodestone getting taken down very low. The auto attacks from Aluna onto Empath, but Empath will get the link. Here comes Magnus. He's going to use the Lava Surge onto Fade. The Power Throw will take out the Fade, and the Eruption will do a little bit of damage to Empath. Will they have the damage to bring him down? One more auto attack. Yes, they will. It will be 2 kills going the way of last minute Tima, and they save their Lodestone, so excellently timed rotations from both Aluna and Magnus coming in to save the day. Cthulhuphon is going to do a little jungling here actually. He's going to take out some of the stacks with his Trample and Obliterate. Meanwhile, Malakin will take out the free tower in the bot lane, and he will jump up to 460 gold per minute. So he picks up the Helm of the Victim. Meanwhile, Fade is going to land a Burning Shadow stun, followed up by a Transmute, and they get the kill onto Monarch, who was trying to get a ward down. But Malakin, he will go for the early Whispering Helm, and I wonder if he's going to go for Thunderclaw this game or if he's going to go for the Insanitarius, but I would really like to see the Thunderclaw. I do think the Hyper Crown is just very hard to pass up on a Malakin. No portal
You
keys
should
coming
have
just yet.
seen your face. It went.
Howdy, tomorrow morning be sure to join my stream. I'm a Swedish lumberjack who bought his wife from Siberia, and I spent thousands of dollars on Hun, just to suck harder than Obide in silver games. Don't be shy and come say hi, even though I can barely read.
Malakin, he's trying to make the escape here. Here's a sword throw coming up in 1 more second. Here comes Magnus and Lodestone to stop the Midas, and Malakin will survive as Midas uses his warp offensively. And again, beautiful team support coming in as they save the guy who got initiated on. They just didn't have enough damage there to bring down Malakin. The fear came out, and he was a little bit too slippery. Mid lane, we have ports coming in from Big Ego Crew. They're going to get the stun onto Aluna. Will they look for more? Magnus is now in here. He has his Lava Surge, but he's not going to use it, and he's going to get caught by a Transmute. He will go down. They get 2 kills, and they will also deny the tower. So a bit of overcommitment here from our Legion side as they get punished for sticking around too long. Trying to get that tower last hit. Malakin ports into the mid lane to defend the tower as he keeps it out of deny range. Phage is going to use another reflection here in the bot lane as they will try to set up a kill. There is a Rev Ward on Monarch, but he is not using it. He will get spotted out here, I believe, by the reflection, but he is in the tower, so they are contemplating whether or not to go for the kill. The reflection will actually wear off here, so nothing will come out of this use of reflection. Both the Lodestone and the Magnus are very close to portal keys, and as we can see, there is no threat of any portal keys just yet for the side of Hellborn. So this early game has gone very well in favor of last minute Tima. And Taro, we haven't really talked a whole lot about her, but she's farming okay, but not the best. She is still about 100 gold per minute behind the Malikan at this point. And Lodestone with the portal key picked up, they might go for a dive here. Taro is definitely expecting something to be happening. Oh no, they're going to spot here. Here comes the Shatter Storm, and the Power Throw will take her out. She will go down. Fade will stun up the Lodestone, but the Cleansing Wind will remove it right away, and Lodestone might just be a little bit too slippery. Thulafon is here, but once again, no threat of any portal keys to catch them. Mid lane, Magnus gets the deny on the tower. He also has his portal key picked up. So they now have a Thunderclaw on their Malikan, 2 portal keys on their initiators, and they're looking to be in a really solid spot, despite only having a 2,700 gold and 2,400 experience lead. It's very much in their favor at this point. Lots and lots of momentum. They also get the second kill on the Taro now, so he drops down to 350. Top lane, they catch a Luna out of position, though, so they do find something. So Luna donates a kill up there. So Taro, it looks like she's going for a Whispering Helm. She's got a Helm with the Victim picked up. But she is not going to be farming nearly as fast as this Malikan. That is what is troublesome for me. Top lane, Cthulhu, he's trying to get this tower. He knows it's low. Lodestone, he's going to go ahead and deny it. And they're just going to give it up. Cthulhu, he's pretty close to a portal key. He needs 200 gold. 100 gold now. Eruption comes out here. Midas, he's gonna get caught with the crippling pollen. Do they have the damage to bring him down? Here comes Lodestone with the Shatter Storm. It doesn't hit onto anybody. And now they are in retreat mode. Magnus will go down. The ward will get countered here.
You should
From
have
Monarch.
seen your face. It went.
Hey monkey apes. I'm Janko and I only play unkillable officer heroes. I'm from a country that doesn't have a proper name. No history and no future. Just like myself in Heroes of Newerth. You might remember me from 2015. When I used to be 1623 MMR.
So Cthulhu actually decides to not go for a portal key. He goes for a Shaman's Headdress. And I'm not too sure about that, honestly. I feel like they really need a portal key at this point. Top lane, we see Fade getting caught. Double portal keys, the power throw coming in from downtown. And I feel like they really lack the initiation right now. They're trying to wait for Fade to get her portal key, but it's going to take a tower or two or a couple of minutes of time. So they're just going to give up a lot of momentum, not having any kind of initiation. And Tarosh is trying to do all that she can, but she just doesn't farm as fast as a Malikan with this item build. The Malikan already has the Thunderclaw. He might even be very close to a Hyper Crown at this point. He might even have it, actually. Okay, no. He's not as farmed as I am thinking he is, but I think he will go for a Hyper Crown next. Midas needs 120 gold for his portal key. And we're gonna have a Kongor attempted here by the Legion side. There's the portal key on Midas.
Kongor has been slain.
Kongor will go down here for our Legion side. Look at the damage chart. Luna is actually the top of the damage chart, 18%, followed by Midas at 15%, and it tapers off from there. So Big Ego crew not interested in doing their Kongor just yet. They're going to work on some ancient stacks as a team instead. And looks like that'll be the Firebrand for Taro. I guess she's going Geometer's Bane. They're going to remove the ward there. Boundai picked up on mech, so they're going to try to regain map control as best they can, despite not really being able to fight them right now. So they know that the Kong is blind as they try to power throw it for vision. Malakin has his full hyper crown. So I believe he did have the warp clef piece before when he sent out the TPs or whatever. And he will most likely look to go into a shrunken head next. There's just too many stuns coming out for him to be able to fight them directly. So he will need a shrunken head this game as his next item. We have a Shatterstorm being channeled here on the Taro. Will it end up backfiring? He gets a 3-man Shatterstorm. Magnus follows it up with an Eruption as well. They get 2 kills onto both the Cthulhuphon and the Taro, and it's disastrous for Big Ego crew. A massive initiation coming out. As a little bit surprised, they had the ward here to kind of spot that one out, but they were just not expecting the burst to be that quick, I would imagine. And Malakin now, he can solo this Kongor with 2 players dead, and the team support's coming in now to help him out, but this will most likely be a Kongor steal here coming out for last minute Tima. So Big Ego crew, they're trying to counter push. We got Midas in the mid lane. A D ward coming out from Mex. He's on top of the wards this game. He's doing a great job, honestly, um, of keeping the vision going for them. I don't know how early he picked up this eye, but he's had it for quite a while now, I think. I want to say like 5 or so minutes. And it's really helping them keep the map control despite being in a losing position right now. So Cthulhuphon, he finishes the barrier idol. We'll see if he goes for, if he just continues to go the tanky route, or if he opts for a portal key at any point in time this game. He might just go for something like a staff and a barb or whatnot, and just go for the tanky route. But we'll see what he does. They have the portal key on the Fade in one more creep. So there's the portal key for Fade, and they have the first one on the Midas. So now they at least have some initiation to work in their favor. We see some grouping up here from the side of Legion. They have the Token of Life on Malakin for 2 more minutes. But some pretty solid counter push coming out in the bottom lane from the Cthulhu and the Midas, putting some heavy pressure on the tower there. But I imagine this will be a tier 3 base attempt here with the Token of Life. Malakin, he's very close to a shrunken head. I think he needs 1300 more gold, but they're feeling very confident with the token that they can go for the high ground here. The tower is taking so much pressure. They will use the fortification, but it will go down below half life. And will they get the jump they're looking for now is the question. We have Cthulhuphon with a Veiled Rot. Fade, he's scouting things out, but there is a Bound Eye picked up on a Luna, so Fade, I don't know if he spotted that out, but he does need to be very careful. If he walks into range here, they actually see him. Okay, on this ward, and they will take him out. So Fade will actually go down. He gets caught out by that Boundai. Very unfortunate. He does not have a buyback, and this could be a Rex. The token is up for another 33 seconds, and they have the Kongor Slayer, Kongor Decimator buff, and that will be a full Rex. Malikan, he will now, I think he full purchases the Shrunken Head here. There it is. So their Malikan is massive right now. He still hasn't broke 600, but he's in a great spot. The Terra is still on 400 GPM. She's trying to get her, I believe she's going for a Geometer's Bane at this point, but at the same time, will the Geometer's Bane save her? There's so much burst between the Shadow Storm and the Magmus and the auto attacks are Malikan. I just don't know. They don't have any
You
protection
should have
for her.
seen your face. It went.
I'm a complete nobody pretending to know something about this game. I quit college 3 years ago and I play Hun full time. What do you expect? I have as many brain cells as vitamin D, none. Hope to see you all on my stream tomorrow while I embarrass myself.
Here comes an eruption. The stun will get removed from Monarch, and Aluna is auto-attacking. Here comes the fear from Malikan, and the eruption gets casted as well, and it is disastrous for Big Ego Crew as they find 3 kills on the side of Last Minute Tima. They're trying to make it a 4th. Cthulhuphon will trample up the cliff, and I believe he will make it to safety. Hellflower was picked up here on the Magnus as well, so another big item pickup for our Legion side. They pick up a barbed armor on the lodestone as well. A little bit interesting, but at the same time, could make some sense against the Tarot as she can not auto attack back after the Shadow Storm goes off. Top lane, we will see a kill, a solo kill from Lodestone on the Tarot. So he just massacres Tarot in the top lane. She's only sitting on 1176 HP. Here comes a trample stun from Cthulhuphon, and Magnus, he is just a little bit too tanky. He will Lava Surge defensively, stunning 2. Might as well Elemental Warp to safety, but here's the Shrunken Head and the Fear from Malikan. Will he choose to man up is the question. The auto attacks after the Dream of Madness kick in, he takes out Cthulhuphon. Fade will go down as well. There was a buyback here from Cthulhuphon, so they might hold the Rax, but will they look to re-engage? Aluna will stun up Cthulhuphon, and that will be the concede vote. GG's are called, and last minute Tima will win game number 2 here as I get kicked out of the game due to the server migration. But that will even it up at 2 games apiece, and that will actually conclude the series as they only did play 2 games.